Did you know that as many as 85% of adults over 65 may carry up to 6 pounds of built-up waste in their intestines without even realizing it? I've seen it firsthand. Just last month, Margaret, a 72-year-old retiree who believed she was living a healthy life, came to see me. She took her medications right on schedule, ate what she thought were balanced meals, and walked every morning. Yet, she still felt exhausted and complained of constant brain fog. "I don't get it," she told me. "I follow every instruction my doctor gives, but most days I still feel awful." What Margaret didn't know, and what most older adults never hear, is that a slow buildup of intestinal residue can create an invisible barrier inside the gut. That barrier may block as much as 40% of the nutrients or medications people take every day. Think about that. All those prescriptions and supplements you carefully swallow morning and night, nearly half their benefit may never make it into your bloodstream. Instead, they can get trapped behind layers of hardened waste clinging to the intestinal walls. Here's the good news that changed everything for Margaret. A simple, gentle, homemade drink, using ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen, helped clear years of accumulated residue in just 5 nights. By the 3rd morning she phoned me, her voice brighter than I'd ever heard. "Something came out in my stool today that looked like it had been there for years." By the 5th night she felt more energetic than she had in over a decade. Not long after Margaret's breakthrough, I met Robert, an 83-year-old former carpenter. For years he'd battled painful joint inflammation that made even opening his pill bottles difficult. His doctors kept raising the dose of his pain medication, yet the swelling in his hands and knees never fully eased. After trying the same 5-night intestinal cleanse, Robert noticed something remarkable. His joint discomfort dropped by almost 60%. Why? Because once the layers of hardened residue in his gut were gone, the toxins they released stopped leaking back into his bloodstream, the very toxins that had been fueling inflammation throughout his body. To understand why this simple drink works so well, we need to look at what's happening inside the body as we grow older. Your small and large intestines together stretch nearly 23 feet and are full of folds and curves. When we're young, strong muscular contractions keep food moving along at a steady pace. But after about 65, these muscles naturally lose strength. At the same time, the stomach may produce 30% less acid, and the pancreas releases fewer digestive enzymes. The result? Food that once moved easily can linger for days. Small particles settle into the tiny ridges of the intestines, where they slowly harden, like mineral deposits inside a water pipe. Over the years, this buildup can narrow the digestive passage, interfere with nutrient absorption, and even block some medications from working as intended. Gladys, a retired nurse in her 70s, once explained it perfectly. "I studied digestion in nursing school, but living through the slowdown is a whole different thing." Research backs up her experience. Intestinal motility, those gentle wave-like movements that push food along, can decline by up to 50% in seniors. One of the most eye-opening cases for me was Frank, a 68-year-old who'd been struggling to control his blood pressure. His doctor kept adjusting the dosage of his medication. Sometimes it barely worked. Other times it dropped his pressure so low that he felt dizzy and weak. After finishing the same gentle 5-night cleanse, something amazing happened. Frank's medication began working consistently for the first time in years, and at a lower dose. His physician was puzzled until Frank explained about the intestinal buildup that had been blocking proper absorption. This explains why so many common complaints in older adults may seem disconnected from digestion at first glance. Frequent falls caused by poor calcium absorption. Memory fog linked to low vitamin B12 uptake. Recurrent infections from a sluggish immune response. Aching joints aggravated by recirculating toxins. All of these can have one thing in common: a gut that isn't letting nutrients or medicines pass through freely. Take Eleanor, a lively 75-year-old grandmother. She once thought her senior moments were just part of aging until she noticed her brain fog was worse after certain meals. That was my first clue that my gut and my brain were talking to each other, she told me. Science agrees. Your gut contains more than 500 million nerve cells, more than your entire spinal cord, forming a network that communicates directly with your brain. That's why researchers now call it the second brain. When intestinal waste begins releasing toxic byproducts, those compounds can even cross the blood-brain barrier, contributing to memory lapses and cloudy thinking. Margaret, the same woman from earlier, later told me. By day 4, I could remember where I put things without retracing my steps. My grandkids noticed I was sharper on the phone. Your gut isn't only about digestion, it's also the headquarters for much of your immune system. Around 70% of your body's defense cells live in the walls of your intestines. A 2023 study found that seniors with a healthier gut microbiome had 60% fewer respiratory infections than those with poor gut health. Take Charles, an energetic 81-year-old. For years, he spent every winter in and out of the hospital with stubborn lung infections. After completing 3 gentle cleansing rounds over 3 months, Charles made it through an entire winter without a single infection for the first time in 5 years. Sleep, another struggle for many older adults, is also tied closely to gut balance. Researchers have shown that when the intestines work more efficiently, participants over 70 gained almost 45 extra minutes of quality sleep every night. That extra rest often leads to more daytime energy, steadier moods, and clearer thinking. Sarah, 77, once spent over $2,000 trying different probiotics, fiber blends, and herbal formulas with little success. She admitted, "I didn't think something so simple could work when all those fancy supplements hadn't." Within 3 days of trying this natural drink, she saw unmistakable evidence that old residue was finally leaving her body. The recipe that helped all these people is surprisingly straightforward: warm water, fresh lemon, and either extra virgin olive oil or chia seeds. Here's why each part matters for seniors. Keycap 1: warm water. Should be pleasantly warm, about 105 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit / 40 to 46 degrees Celsius. This temperature relaxes aging intestinal muscles, just like warmth soothes stiff joints. Seniors also absorb warm water up to 30% more efficiently, which softens hardened residue and dissolves fatty deposits clinging to intestinal walls. Keycap 2: lemon juice. Stimulates digestive juices that often decline with age. Improves bile flow, helping sweep out toxins and loosen sticky buildup. Despite its sour taste, lemon becomes alkalizing after digestion and is often well tolerated, even by people with mild reflux. Keycap 3: extra virgin olive oil. Works as a gentle lubricant, supporting smooth movement through the intestines. Its healthy fats aid absorption of fat-soluble medications, heart, cholesterol, blood pressure. Rich antioxidants calm irritation inside the colon. Chia seeds, alternative. When soaked, they form a gel that bulks and softens stool. This gel exerts gentle pressure on the intestinal walls, stimulating natural contractions, a soft broom for the digestive tract. To prepare this gentle cleanse, choose a sturdy mug with an easy-to-grip handle. Keycap 1 warm water, pour about 8 ounces, almost equals 240 ml, of comfortably warm, filtered water, not boiling. Keycap 2 fresh lemon, roll half a lemon on the counter, then cut and squeeze its juice into the mug, letting a bit of pulp in but discarding seeds. Keycap 3 olive oil or chia seeds, add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil or 1 teaspoon of good quality chia seeds. If you pick chia, stir well and wait 5 minutes so it forms a light gel. Drink the whole mixture slowly, about an hour after your evening medications and at least 3 hours after your last meal. Sit upright in a relaxed position. Repeat for 5 consecutive nights. Consistency matters. Day 1. Most people don't notice major changes yet. Some report a sense of lightness by the next morning, less bloating or tightness. Day 2. Stool often becomes darker or slightly greenish as old bile and toxins leave the body. Tiny dark flecks, like coffee grounds, may appear. This is residue loosening from the intestinal walls. Day 3. The most dramatic results tend to appear. Some eliminate rubbery or mucus-like strings. Though it may look unusual, it's usually just long-standing waste finally moving out. Day 4. Bowel movements feel more complete and satisfying. Hardened bits of older material may pass, leaving the abdomen less puffy. Day 5. Many report a noticeable difference, lighter, more comfortable, and with steadier energy. Clothes may even fit looser around the waist as years of buildup leave the system. After finishing, you can maintain results with a lighter version of the drink once or twice a week. Use a quarter lemon and half the amount of olive oil or chia seeds. As Agnes, 86, said, "For years I accepted digestive trouble as part of getting older. I didn't expect to feel this good again, but I do." Supporting your gut gently can lead to better sleep, steadier energy, improved nutrient absorption, calmer joints, and overall comfort. Growing older doesn't have to mean giving up feeling well. It just means caring for your body in ways that respect how it changes.